No, it wasn't planned, but we just made the decision at halftime.
What do you take away, I guess, most from a kind of an emotionally difficult loss like that, in which you had yourselves in pretty good shape multiple times and they just kept coming back?
We certainly played well enough to win, and we gave the effort to win, and not a planned thing to play 5 guys an entire second half. We asked them at the beginning of the fourth quarter, told them we had 2 extra timeouts. If you need a sub, let us know. Those guys gave a lot.
JJ, how much stress did Ant put your perimeter defenders on there in the fourth, and just how did your guys, I guess, at times fight and compete and keep him to space, but ultimately kind of ran out of gas against him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a difficult player, and I think there's certain lineups that you can look at that they play that we could have mixed in some different things when they have their shooters out there. It's tough to kind of mix in fires. We tried to fire multiple times. It wasn't communicated well. We did end up, trying to blitz him. He raced it both times and they scored. So, he's a very dynamic offensive player.
What was your vantage point on the inbound that was a turnover?
Well, let's just start with Luka got tripped. I mean, that was a blatant trip. He doesn't just fall on his own. We watched it. He gets tripped. So we should have been at the free throw line. That's not an excuse for why we lost, but we got fouled, and we had a chance to go up. Again, you work on the end game stuff, and you draw it up, and you tell guys very specific things. We didn't execute it, and very obvious we didn't execute it. So I don't know what that's my only vantage point. We just didn't execute it.
JJ, were you concerned at all at a point? I know you said you checked in with the guys at the start of the fourth quarter about trying to find a minute or two there. LeBron has obviously played a ton of basketball in his life, and is there any second guessing for you on that decision?
Not on that one. I think once you've kind of made that decision, and they all are in, you just got to trust them.
JJ, we mentioned the possession battle pregame. They got 10 more shots, 18 offensive rebounds, 3 fewer turnovers. How big of a swing factor were those couple of areas?
Yeah, I thought we played well enough in the first half. Our first shot defense, we should have been up double figures, and that's instead we're down. That's some turnovers led to some baskets, and then the offensive rebound just killed us in the first half.
You said after game one that your team needed to play with kind of the edge and mentality that you guys showed in game two. It seemed like you mentioned the offensive play, but Randall all game kind of was able to be a physical disruptor. What did you make of what he was able to do, and how was he impactful in the game?
As a defender, you're talking about?
No, just flying around the court everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, he's you got to live with some stuff. 22 shots, 25 points. You got to live with some stuff.
Did you think his energy though?
No, he's been great all series. Yeah.